Guys, welcome live, just setting up for 20 minutes past 9. Welcome everyone, great to have everyone in. Let everyone know that we're starting, and then we'll get going. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday wherever you are in the world. It might be the morning, evening, or afternoon. It's the morning here. As many of you know, I am UK based in East Suffolk. If you've been there, then you might want to go back, or maybe you don't. I don't really know. Maybe it's the people. Mm. But yeah, we're going to look over various markets. Got my gold chart up here, and I'm going to start in a second. So we'll let everyone come along, and then we'll get going right away. Okay. So I think we're going steady at the moment with people coming in. My screens are all set. If you are coming in, don't forget to press the like button. It's really important. Press the like, and you can use the chat box to ask me something. I'll just put that here while we're getting started. Like button is there. Please do press it. Helps me come up the ranks, and pop something in the chat box if you're serious about trading as well. The link to start with myself and day trade like myself every day is within the middle of the screen. So 21 minutes past now. Most people will be coming in, so we're just going to get started at this point. I've got gold loaded up at the moment, as many of you probably can see. In terms of news today, you've got a couple of US events: housing price index, consumer confidence, and JOLTS job openings. So you might see a little bit of movement, depending on what goes on with those. Yesterday was extremely boring. A lot of the time on a Monday it is. If you've got no news, there's nothing really to pull those markets either way. And because you lack that sentiment, the markets slow down. So as we go on through the week, you've got more news events. It's really ideal to use today wisely so that you can progress through. I mean, Wednesday has tons of news events: business climate, consumer confidence, economic sentiment indicator for Europe, the EU zone, CPI in Germany, the consumer price harmonized index of consumer prices Germany again, and then GDP for Q2 preliminary results for the US. You've also got ADP and employment change too. So today is the day to plan for tomorrow, right? Like I said, you will have times where there's no news. That is just going to happen. It's just something you've got to deal with. But it doesn't mean you can sit and do nothing. It doesn't mean it's a good idea to sit and do nothing, because the reason for me doing this stream is to give my idea of where I'm preparing for tomorrow if you don't see the moves today. Okay, I've arranged things this morning already, but there's various things I would probably look to do to improve yourself prior to tomorrow. And of course, as I said, if you're new and you don't know me, you can get started with myself in the middle of the screen with that link. So what have we got? Well, gold is creeping a lot up slowly. It's not quite where we want it just yet, but your stock oscillator is coming up. You know it's been bought for several days now, and you should probably start to think about where you would like it short. I have done various videos and posts on this, and I've stated many times where I like it short. If I just reflect on the weekly for this, like it short slightly higher up here. I think that's where you'll get a rebound first of all. Dave and Fergie, welcome back. Good to see you. Thanks for that. Yes, you are early. It's great. Thanks for the question. There's loads of guys coming in now. I normally get pretty much the highest likes and views on TradingView every time we do a stream. So like Caveman Fergie has, he's got in early, he's absolutely right. Just pop it in the chat box. If you don't put it in there, guess what? I can't answer your question directly. Press the boost. I haven't refreshed the stream, so don't hit a break, but I'm sure a lot of people are pressing the boost. Do feel free to press that, and do ask me something as well. That would be fantastic. Okay, so let's go ahead then. We'll do the audio in a minute, Caveman Fergie. Just give me a sec. So within your newfound downtrend, I'm looking to continue that, Okay, you're going to continue that bias. Market sentiment's changing around gold. People are pulling their money out. They're getting short. So that is where ideally would like it to coincide. I think you'll dawdle along until you get news. But nonetheless, my short bias remains up here because that is where you start to hit into all these key levels. So anything from 1936 to 1940 is ideal. Okay, and that's going to come around where I've drawn those lines. That is my predetermined short zone and my bias for gold. If you want to know why, then you will just need to get my full academy membership. I posted a private analysis there with all the whys and everything like that yesterday. Probably the sweet spot, 1936. Okay, like I said, I'm reflecting off what I can see, I'm reflecting off what I know, and hence that's what forms my short bias. So gold, I'm looking short. If you get an impulse push, wouldn't shock me entirely if you get that tomorrow off the news, because there's various news events which are red tag. Origin is short. I like it short. You've already seen price rejection. Again, similarly to gold, look what your new natural market trend is. Going to the downside, markets move in trends. You've got your push up. Okay, you've come up for a little while. You bounced off all these key PA levels. Again, use your brain, use your eyes. What does it look like? And similarly, when you bounce off from where you are now within that natural downtrend, you're touching on reasonable resistance. My only thing would be is if you're shorting now, I'd probably make it lighter, and I'd more care for 95.12. Yeah, that's a better short, and it comes above these key MAs. So at the moment it is short. I'm short on Audien. I'm willing to add further shorts higher up. So my bias on Audien is short. Pound dollar, I don't think that's going to last. Look at the candle wicks. Look what's happening early on. Does that scream to you that people are buying that? Does it really? Doesn't scream to me. I think there's weakness on your pound dollar. I think you'll scribble along, and I think eventually you'll get down there. That is a really key MA to be going off, and I really like the PA zones that coincide with it over here. Okay, so for me, that level is a long zone. I really like the pound long there. I've got orders set long there. I've got very, very light minor shorts on the pound dollar now. If I was going to buy this, I would love to do it lower. I do like that long zone a lot. And I think your key 200 MA is going to swirl up like that, and then you'll touch both. All dollar, I did a Shakespearean post on all dollar. Some of you may have seen it already, I'm sure. I'm still holding longs, but I probably will exit at the earliest convenience. What is causing a problem is the lack of impetus on the ord. Okay, and I should think in the later on you will get a push higher if this doesn't last, but I will be exiting my longs if I can at that point. I'll enter short again up here. I did re-enter short here, but I did it for intraday / scalp gains before, so I am in profit on that. If I closed my longs previously now, I'd be in net nothing. So that's how I'm managing that trade, but nonetheless, it's still long at the moment. If you just look how far you've come down, it's a considerable way. And I would expect ultimately to see a bounce. Okay, so that's where I'm at on the ore dollar. I would say it's probably too late to buy it. Okay. Again, that doesn't look too promising, and I think you'll get stuck on this, possibly this. Okay, so anything under all of that is going to be much more ideal for longs. So I've had a question. Philip, great to see you. Philip's reviewed me, and he's an academy member. So great to see you, Philip. If you are serious, like Philip is, an action taker. Like I said, the link is in the middle of the screen where the banner is, and it says https://bit.ly/trade WOTT. Takes you straight to where you need to go if you are serious and you are an action taker as well. Pound New Zealand, I will do so, Philip. I know you've probably watched me cover it many times, but we do need to update on it. You're absolutely right. So I will go ahead and do that now. It's an interesting one. I really like talking about it because I called it short up here. Many of you will know. And I told you to exit there, which many of you will have done. I had an Academy member talking to me about this last night. He said, "It's crazy how you called it, Will. It's crazy." And I said, "It's not crazy. It's just years of experience and what happens in markets." So I said to kill it there for short gains. I longed it. I killed it there for long gains. I hedged long again, killed it. Completely off it now for hedges. I think ultimately you're going to get under all the way down here, and I will read long lower. And I will do so in line with this 200 MA if and when it comes up. I've got DCA shorts on the way down, which I'll exit as well. Don't sell it, it's too late. If you're now thinking, wow, well, if he says it's going to come down, I should be selling it, that's not true. When I say I think it's going to come down, more or less you're waiting to buy it, right? If you're selling it now, simply put, all you're doing is selling into where it's already been bought. Why would you do that? You know, people do it all the time, and I have to slap them on the wrist and say, don't do that. Yeah, you can't sell wherever you have demand in the market. Because if you do that, every time you'll get ruined. Just let the market crack through ultimately. So pound New Zealand, Philip, in other words, if you're swing trading it to the short side, I think you'll get just over 210 at least, perhaps down to 2097. I think that will occur. You can see the way it's shaping up as well. If you look here, you can see, again, does that scream out to you buy? Does it really, does it? I mean, doesn't to me. Look how flat the candles are. If it was screaming out buy, it would look like this, wouldn't it? Big rejection to the downside, strong body candle to the upside. Silver, Hitchcogs, I've seen you a few times. Great to have you back. Silver dropping a clue. I think you mean dropping on lower time frames. The bias on silver would be short, definitely. I mean, you've got this. I think you might get slightly higher on your silver, but I really like it short at this point. Within that downtrend I was just talking about, I mean, that's a really crappy line, isn't it? I should probably draw it properly. No problem, Philip. As I said, Philip's an Academy member. As you'll know, Philip, just DM me if you're stuck with anything and I'll help you out. Send me a Discord message. So again, you have to trade with the natural market movement. Markets are naturally trending. Okay, that is just how they work. It's how they've always worked, and that is why. Not the only reason why. It's a lot to do with in-depth price action rules, but that is where I like it short. Okay, so I think you might get slightly higher. You could very, very likely short it now, but I think you might get higher into 24/7 too. So I hope that makes sense. Dollar yen is a short. On lower time frame pushes up. Euro dollar, much like your pound dollar, I think you're going to get lower. Don't short it. If you wanted to short it, you should have done it there. You should have done it there. You should have done it there. Do not do it there. Okay, it's just too late. I think you'll trickle under with this. There's some really nice long-term support on higher time frames that I enjoy, and I've got long orders set at 106.750 now. Sorry, bit below 107 is where I like this long. Again, look at the natural market trajectory, trade in line with it. That is your goal as a trader. You can see it just happens to line up. All right, it just happens to make sense. So remember that. If you're just coming in, press the like button. My free training is underneath. My proper training is in the middle. And ask a question. Shove it in the chat box. Okay, so that's that. By the way, I'm going on holiday on Friday, so I might not be streaming Friday to Monday, maybe next Tuesday. S&P I'll just cover as well. S&P, you can see clear weakness. I would be lightly short on your S&P, and if you get any higher, probably around here, I would like it further short. I've got a short bias on it practically. I've got a short bias on various futures / index markets, the DAX, the FTSE. I shorted this morning the FTSE. I exited previous longs, some for no loss. The DAX, I think you'll pop up slightly more. It's ideal, therefore, to scale in short, get at 16k or so, and then you could add further if you get higher up near previous highs. So it's short nonetheless. I think the most important thing at the moment probably is going to come from your DXY. Again, it's fairly flat over time, but you've got a downtrend here. Okay, I think what you'll probably get, peaceful antelopes. I see. Eurolord, we'll cover in a sec. Like I was saying to you, my risk rules basically solve that problem, as do all my trading plans. Dixie, I think you've only really got real resistance up top here. So 105.3 for the Dixie. So like I was saying, basically I think your dollar pairs are going to drag lower. I am holding longs on the New Zealand dollar, and I'll probably look to lock in gains depending on what occurs next. Just looking at this now, I mean, you've trended, you're still at lower. It just depends what time frame you're looking at. I mean, if you're looking at a weekly, for example, your trend line would have previously looked like this. Okay, and as the price moves up, so does this. I mean, you can have various inputs on MT4, for example, that draw these things and take the parameters. Euro dollar I've already done, so just rewind it. But nonetheless, you're coming down. I like it short 105 too. I think those dollar pairs will drop slightly lower. Euroward, I did loads of posts, videos, everything. I said it was a short. If you've taken it short, great. You should be out for profit. Was up here. What I'm looking for on the Euroward, I should think you'll probably get lower. I would probably kill it completely, and I would flip long. If and when you is 166087. For myself personally, I've been hedging Euroward, and I'll continue to do so lower, to mitigate any trades previously. Euro dollar, like I said, I've done various charts on it, weekly, daily, everything. Just so everyone knows, time frames will determine where your price channels are drawn. Okay, so if you use a higher time frame, generally you're going to take more candles, which is why it starts to invalidate at some point, and then you need to change your time frame again to draw it more accurately. So yeah, there's loads of guys in here again. Loads of people are joining. Do ask a question. Do press the like button. There's tons of guys coming in now. If you're serious about trading and you keep watching me, just praying that things are going to work out, you will not get it from just these streams. I cover the basics and I brush on the top. You know, everything else about actually making money is inside there, which I think is fair enough. I'm not going to publish it all for free. So if you are here for that, you should probably leave. Just watch the numbers go down. Well, I'm just being honest. That's what I do. So anyway, New Zealand dollar, like I said, I am long at the moment. I'll probably kill for gains because I'm looking at very weak price action here. Probably like it long lower for that reason. I've got orders set across various dollar pairs accordingly. I think you may see yourself slightly lower on your New Zealand dollar. I wouldn't be surprised if it says here. I wouldn't be surprised if you get to 581. Okay, so lower, hence what I said about your Dixie, you wouldn't be surprised. Now, someone has asked me, how do I get started with you? I hope it would be extremely obvious, But if you look in the very middle of your screen now where it says serious about trading, there's a link underneath it. That is how. Um, that is how you do it. So to what I was saying, I'm going to kill off my longs on New Zealand dollar, and I like it long lower. I wouldn't be shocked if you continue to drip down. Maybe the news takes you there, but it's just because if you go on those lower time frames and you look, it's not appetizing, is it? Doesn't mean it won't pop up. It doesn't look exactly pretty. Oil, I'm waiting to take really short at this point. I like it really short up here. That's quite ideal if you can push higher. I've killed off previous shorts. I then hedged long. Okay, I'm out. And if you can get up here, that'd be ideal. I would reshort at that point. So I'm waiting for a push on oil for that reason. How long have we been on? 20 minutes now. Has anyone got any other questions at all? A lot of people did ask me about the dollar Swiss before. I said you could take it very lightly long, and you're at your kill zone now. I would take your trades off. You're touching on early moving averages. You're in a downtrend and you're hitting on early resistance. That is a place to just kill the gains. Okay, you're out. Well done. You've got weeks of up move. That's it. Finished. Yeah, so I've done dollar pairs, indexes, FX, futures. If anyone's worried about Bitcoin, I did do a post on it just to cater to the masses. Loads of people are obsessed with crypto. Just ask yourself, what does that sell you? Again, does that really look strong? No. I wouldn't be shocked if you come lower. And you could, if you really have to buy it, I mean, you can trade all these other lovely things, all these things. You can trade them. If you really have to buy it, I would only do it much lower, and I wouldn't be surprised if you get a trickle down. Okay, so I won't spend an awful lot of time on there because it's not really my preference. CAD pairs, if anyone's wondering, a pound ord, I probably will start to scale in lower, 195. Euro ord, I think you'll get lower. Pound CAD, I like it reshort again, slightly higher up. Euro CAD, I've reshorted already this morning. So, got the various markets there. Has anyone got any questions? I'm going to give a minute for the chat. If you really have to, you can DM them to me and I'll speak them. If you are an Academy member, whether you're a new member or an old member, just get with me on Discord because I can help you there privately. If you send me your questions, I can help you solve them. I do that for a lot of guys, so don't be shy. I really don't mind. Just send me a message and I will help you out. If you're a paid member, that is. So, yeah. Everyone else who's not, you might be guessing how things work. It ends badly if you do that. It's difficult because you're trading with leverage funds. You have to be really careful. I can't see any questions. I think I've answered a lot anyway. I'll give it to 25 minutes to see if anyone has anything. Doesn't matter what the chart is. I really don't mind. A lot of guys are looking at some stocks. I did a post on NVIDIA. If anyone's wondering, I don't think this will last at all. I think it's going to get wasted eventually, and I think you'll come down there. I think that's quite likely to occur. It's just because if you look at other charts, like Bitcoin, same thing happens. It comes up in such a short period of time and gets slammed twice. Okay? When something comes up so quickly, it gets ruined. Also, just to mention as well, if you are an Academy member or you're not an Academy member, perhaps, I'm now building a stock trading course that details how I trade stocks for long-term gains. It works really well for me. If you're in the UK, it's quite handy as well. I should be doing something similar to what I am, and I'll probably start sending out the stocks I'm trading as well for people in the UK. But if you are an Academy member and you're not in the UK, it still works fine for you and it's discounted as well. I'm going to make it cheaper for people who've already got my Academy membership. And it's going to be all about how to trade stocks and everything like that. Something I've done for a long while. it's a little bit easier, I think. But nonetheless, when you've got the right tools to trade in any scenario, it gets far easier. So I think with that, like I said, I brushed over various markets. I'll tell you the direction, my general consensus for it. So yeah, I think with that, I can't see any more questions. Like I said, do press the like, and if you want to get started with myself, use the banner link in the middle. That will take you right there. And yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope it helps. As always, like I said, banners in the middle to start. Press the like. See you in the next one. If you're really stuck, let me know. See you in the next one.